Hello and welcome to Life Without Shakers, and welcome once again to this Walking the Wainwrights Odyssey. Today I'm at Old Dungeon Ghyll for another journey up to the edges of the Scafell Range. Got about a 9-mile walking still today, heading up Rossett Pike on the way to Bowfell, and then returning via Crinkle Crags, Pike and Pike and Blisco. It's looking like it might be a nice clear day at the top of the hills, so let's get on the way. Once again I find myself following the Cumbria Way. Can't really go far in this part of the world without stumbling across a stretch of this long distance trail. At some point I'm going to have to walk it all the way. Okay, after a relatively easy and very pleasant first couple of miles, things are about to get a little bit more difficult. This is Rossett Ghyll and I'm going up there. Top of the Rossett Ghyll Pass, and behind now is the summit of Bowfell. Shortly I make my way around Angleton and up there, but first a slight detour to the summit of Rossett Pike, which is just in front of me here. And here is Rossett Pike, 2,106 feet. This is Wainwright number 8 in the Southern Fells. Perhaps, to be strictly correct, Rossett Pike and the fell of which it is part should be regarded as the northeast shoulder of Bowfell, continuing from Hanging Knots to Langstrath, but the sharp rise across the high saddle of Rossett Pass is so pronounced that for present purposes, Bowfell may be considered to terminate at the pass. It is especially convenient to regard Rossett Pike as having separate identity because of its splendid strategical position, dominating the deep glacial hollow of Mickleden and rising steeply between the two passes that provide the only routes of exit from that valley. It's not a bad view as far as it goes when it's surrounded by even higher mountains, which is where I'm going now, up to Bowfell. Oh, it's been a tough little climb. I'm finally nearing the summit of Bowfell. And the summit looks like an impenetrable jumble of stone. I assume there's a way up somewhere. And I've made it to the summit of Bowfell, 2,960 feet. This is Wainwright number 9 of the Southern Fells, but far more significantly, this is Wainwright number 107 in total, meaning I am exactly halfway through this Wainwright adventure. And what a fitting summit to reach the halfway mark on. This is quite stunning view all the way around. Wainwright says, a favourite of all fell walkers, Bowfell is a mountain that commands attention whenever it appears in view, and more than attention, respect and admiration too, for it has the rare characteristic of displaying a graceful outline and a sturdy shapeliness on all sides. As much as any other mountain, the noble Bowfell may be regarded as affording an entirely typical Lakeland climb, with easy walking over grass giving place to rough scrambling on scree, and a summit deserving of detailed exploration and rewarding visitors with very beautiful views. Rank Bowfell among the best half dozen. Oh, I've got to agree with him on that. It's just fell after fell after fell on all sides. And that one, just in front to the northeast, is the next target for the day. That is Crinkle Crags, where I'm heading next. On the ascent up to Crinkle Crags now, which is easier said than done, as it gets its name by virtue of having 4 or 5 summits all squashed together in a crinkle. This, I hope, is the first of those summits, but the high point is only about the 3rd or 4th one along, going in this direction, so a bit to go yet. does appear to be the highest point on Crinkle Crags range. This is South Crag, 2,816 feet. This is Wainwright number 10 in book 4. Wainwright says Crinkle Crags is much too good to be missed. For the mountaineer who prefers his mountains rough, who likes to see steep craggy slopes towering above him into the sky, who enjoys an up and down ridge walk full of interesting nooks and corners, who has an appreciative of this is a climb deserving of high priority. Oh, thank goodness for that. I'm finally down off Crinkle Crags. It seemed to take forever with all those ups and downs, and I seem to keep missing the path all the time and having to scramble down sheer rock faces, which didn't help. Right, 2 more fells for today. Over to Old Pike first, before retracing my steps round to Pike and Blisco. You can see to the left there. Oh, I must say I'm quite liking this bit of the walk. It's relatively flat. A spectacular view as well. This is Wainwright number 11 of the Southern Fells. This is Old Pike, 2,259 feet. Although not of great significance, Old Pike is prominent when seen from the north and east. It has lovely views in those directions. All around nearby are higher fells, and they may be studied profitably from the triple peaks of this lowly one in their midst. Old Pike is a Crinkle Crags in miniature. He does extend off from Crinkle Crags, but I couldn't actually find the path that was marked on the map, so as usual I had to scramble up the side until I found the path again. Right, it's very windy up here. I've got one more fell to do. I'm quite keen to get back to the Old Dungeon Ghyll, so onwards to Pike and Blisco. Here is Pike and Blisco, right in front. It looks very steep. Oh good. And so begins the last climb of the day. Oh, how long is this going to take? Oh well, I'm off Pike and Blisco now, but I couldn't find the path down I was expecting to take. The map suggested led straight down to Great Langdale. didn't seem to exist on the ground, or if it did, it involved a hefty spot of mountaineering. So instead I ended up having to head back down the same way I came up, which means going the long way round back to Langdale. Because I've almost certainly missed the bus now. I have to walk 2 miles back to the campsite. Still quite a long way below. Lots of descending to do yet. Almost back at the head of Great Langdale now. It's been a long old day today. It's never going to be 9 miles. I forgot when I said that at the start that that was the original walker plan that didn't include Rossett Pike. Including Rossett Pike, it should have been about 11, but well, it's ended up being nearly 12 and a half. It's because paths just didn't exist on the ground, and I ended up having to go around in circles a lot and go the long way around in places. That wasn't too bad in itself. It's just taken so long though. It's 7.5 hours to do 12.5 miles, which is painfully slow, and well, it means I've missed the bus by a long way. On the plus side, it means I've got time to relax with a pint or two at the world famous Old Dungeon Ghyll before I trudge back down the valley to the campsite. Yeah, as I say, it's been a tough day today. Lots of tough climbs, and the descents weren't much easier for the most part, but some lovely summits visited and a significant landmark crossed. Over halfway now in this journey, so that's a big plus point for today. As ever, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and hope you can join me next time. Until then, bye.